Hello, everyone. Hola a todos. Thank you so much for taking this time out of your day to watch this quick video for how you can help participate in the family tree building project for Santiago, Chile. Just a couple of quick things. First, if you don't yet have a Family Search account, you're going to want to pull them up on familysearch.org and create that account. It's free. You can even just use your Google information so that way you don't have to remember a brand new password. But you're going to want to do that as well when actually participating in this tree building project. You're going to want to do so on a laptop or a computer. If you're just watching this video, feel free to just do that on your phone. But once you start actually getting into doing the work for this, you're going to want to have a laptop or a computer. So let's just go ahead and keep moving forward. Um, we're going to largely be working from this Google Sheets link. And along with this video, you should also have the slide deck provided. So for each of you, you'll just go into the slide deck and hit the click here hyperlink, which will take you to the Google Sheets page that looks something like this. From the time that I made these slides, I also added a counter so that way we can see how many names we've collectively added to the tree. So it's really exciting. But um, as you can see, we're going to be working with records for people who passed away during the 1890s in Santiago. And then you see four columns: page, volunteer status, and link. So page refers to the page in the specific data set that you will be working with. Each page will have 20 people or 20 records, I should say, listed. And your goal is to go in and attach each of those 20 records to different individuals within Family Search's family tree. This being said, don't feel like you have to go in and complete it all at once. You can break it up, take one Sunday evening, come back to it the next Sunday evening, and then finish it. The next column, I do ask that you just put your name in there so that way we can just kind of see all the different people that are contributing to this project as well. If there are any discrepancies or things, I can reach out to you. And that way you yourself can see how many people you're helping to become connected within the family tree. Status refers to the status of the data set you're working on. So for example, when you first go in, you will put IP for in progress. So a specific page you're working on, again, those 20 people, once you start working on it, you'll put IP for in progress. Once you complete it, you'll go back and change IP to D for done. Or if anytime when you were working on it, if you came across some really weird name or something just seemed off and you weren't sure how to handle it, just put a question mark, and myself or somebody else that's more experienced will go back and review that for you. So that way you can just keep going and adding more people without feeling like you just have to pause completely. Anyways, so that's that. Lastly is the link for the actual data set where we'll be working from. Today, I'm going to be working with page 4 of the data set. And let's just go ahead and dive in. For each of you, you will click on that link that's embedded right there, and you can see the little image graphics that'll prompt you as well. But once you click on that, it'll take you to the data set page within Family Search. Again, you'll need to log in. You'll exit out of that little sidebar on the right side, and then you will scroll down. So currently, as you can see, we're on the first page of this data set, and it's currently showing 100 results per page. Now, again, just to keep some coherency throughout this whole project, we're going to change the results per page to 20. And again, I'm going to change the page on the bottom right to 4 because that is the page I will be working with. And now once you've done that, you'll scroll back up to the top. And today we're going to be working with Juana de Dios Pastel. So what you'll do in this case, just so that way it's easier to go back into this data set, you're going to want to right click on the person and then click open a new tab, which will then pop up a new tab as you see in the top right. And now you'll be able to click into this person's record information page. As you can see, it looks like Juana died when she was a baby. We could go in and click on the actual record if we wanted to. And then we have all of her specific information that we'll be adding to her person profile. Once you do that, I apologize, my face is blocking it, but then you'll click to create a new tab. You'll type in familysearch.org, log in, and you should come to the home screen that looks something like this. Once you get to this spot, you'll click on Family Tree, which will pull up this drop-down bar where you will click on Recents. Once you click on Recents, I just blot out some of my personal information there. You will scroll down to the bottom and hit Add Unconnected Person. Once you click on that, it'll pull up this page. This next step has been proven to be tricky for some of those pertaining to older generations. But practically what you're going to need to do next is create a split screen. So that way one half of your screen will show this add-on connected person page, and the other half of your screen will show the person's record that we'll be pulling the information from. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me or look up a YouTube video. Again, it's just called split screen view. But ultimately, you should get something that looks like this. Again, this will allow us to just quickly input Juana's information and create her person profile in Family Search. So once you get here, you'll go ahead and put in all of that information. You'll put in that, in this case, Juana is a female. She's deceased, obviously. It's a death record. Particularly for those of you that are unfamiliar with Hispanic and particularly Chilean names, one thing to keep in mind is how their complete names are structured. For me, my full name is Michael Timothy Cross, and because I'm American, you could probably assume that my first name is Michael, my middle name is Timothy, and my last name is Cross. However, with Chilean names and Hispanic names, oftentimes they have two last names accompanying their first name. So in my case, where we would assume that Timothy is my middle name, if you're looking at these records and if you just see three names listed, so if you were to see Michael Timothy Cross listed, you would assume that Michael is my first name, Timothy is my first last name, and Cross is my second last name. So that's why in this case, it's not Juana de Dios is the first name and then Pasten. It's Juana is the first name, and the last name is de Dios, Pasten. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me or your Hispanic Chilean friends, and they'll be able to explain that to you. So once we get to here on this right side, you're going to scroll down. It might be tempting to add the birth and death date in this instance, but Family Search makes it a lot easier to add later on. So don't do that quite yet, and just go ahead and click on next. Excuse me. So now once we're here, we're going to officially create Juana's person profile. So we'll hit create person. That creates her profile. Now we'll come back to this left side of our split screen, and we're going to hit attach to family tree to formally attach this record to Juana's person profile. Once you click on that, it'll update that left side and open up the source linker page on that left half of the screen that you're seeing. And when you do that, you're then going to want to come back to the right side of the screen, left click on the GRRP. It'll be different depending on what person you're working with, but that's the person ID. You'll left click on that, it'll automatically copy it to your clipboard. You'll come back to the left side of the screen, and then you'll paste it there and hit select. Now, what this is doing on this left side, again, it's called the source linker page, is it's comparing the record itself to the person profile on this right side that we just created. So once you've done this, we're going to go ahead and click on that purple attach arrow, and it'll pull open this, where you're going to then click to add both the birth and burial date to Juana's profile. That's why we didn't manually type it in earlier. You will then scroll down on the left side as well and hit attach. Once you do that, it should update automatically. If it doesn't, go ahead and X out on that left side. We don't need that information anymore, and hit the refresh button over here. But now we can see that there's one source attached to Juana, the one that we just added. And now Juana's posterity, her great-great-grandchildren, or whoever is trying to find her within Family Search, can go back and find her because she has a person profile made for her. We're now going to X out of this. And now we're back into the original data set page on page 4. You know when you're done, when you see the little, I'll call it the linker icon next to the camera icon. When you see that, that means that this record is attached to somebody within the tree. So that means, great, you're all done. Now we can keep moving on. In this case, I'd work with Maria, Julio, until I completed all 20 of those individuals within this page of the data set. Once I would do that, I would go back to this page. I would change IP for in progress to D for done, and then I would keep working. I could select a different page, or I could be done. Any amount of work that you want to do is fantastic. I really appreciate it. But that is that. Ultimately, that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty straightforward. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. One thing I will ask is that you please fill out this feedback survey. That way I can get some feedback for how this experience can be improved for all of you. Anyways, thank you so much. Muchas gracias and good best of luck. Ciao.